Welcome to Jaco. We are starting today at the south end of Pastor Diaz Avenue here in Centro Jaco. We're going to be heading down to the beach for sunset. Something you'll notice about Jaco is that it's fairly loud on the main strip. But there are surf shops everywhere. Off to the right here is Jaco Walk. That's a more upscale shopping center. Walked through there before in a previous video, so you can check that out. They have higher prices, but more luxury kind of stores, I would say. Yoga studio in there, a lot of boutique restaurants, very unique. Ample parking and a playground in the back for your kids. Goyo, they sell electronics, basically. It's like Sears, if Sears still existed. Right here at this end of town, there's a lot of shopping that you'll find more high ticket, high price items. So appliances, M Express. And Monge. Aki. Again, appliances, big ticket items. And the like. These are definitely something I would consider getting around here. We're just booting around here in Jaco. So head down to the beach right now. See how the tide looks. And see if we can capture that sunset. As you get off the main strip in Central Jaco, it is fairly quiet. People slow down on these side streets. There's usually sidewalks and lots of parking. And each street is a little different. You can see here some cool pods. I'll link all these locations in the description below. Usually down by the beach, there's going to be a lot of these more luxury upscale apartments that have rentals in them. And then this place here, Selena, has a co-working office in it and a bunch of shops and restaurants. Definitely a cool place to check out. See, these are all coconut trees here. See guys climbing up there to gather some coconuts, or you can try standing underneath them and catching one. But once they break open, they're really not good to eat. So if you can catch a fresh one, you're off to the races. All right, so here we are. Looks like the tide is fairly low right now. It's not too bad, not too turbulent. You can always Google, you can check on Google the tide calendar. So you can figure out when it's going to be high tide, when it's going to be low tide. Definitely want to be aware of how the tides work here. When the water is going to be higher, you can actually see on the beach here the dry sand is where the tide ends. So at certain high tide periods, this we'd be in knee-high water right now. So there's quite a difference, and you want to be aware of it because it gets more turbulent than on high tide. You'll see a lot more waves crossing each other. And some pretty good rip tides. There's something you want to be aware of as well before you even come onto this beach. You want to be well read on rip tides. You want to be a confident swimmer. Everywhere along this beach, there's going to be restaurants. There's going to be, again, you're going to have your kind of luxurious hotels. The higher priced ones are going to be down here on the beach. Let's get an ocean view. And then you're going to just have a lot of people sitting around or going surfing. These beaches get extremely busy on the weekends. But it's not too bad. It doesn't get prohibitively busy. It's just good. You see a lot more people out playing soccer and swimming and putting tents up and everything like that. But this is a massive beach, especially at low tide. You got a lot of area to play. So we'll just look back here. That is the south end of Jaco. You can see right at the tip of the peninsula there's the main road that goes around further south where you can head down to Uvita and Capos. Up that mountain there, you'll find Elmira, which is a long hike. There's a video that we did on that. And then there's houses spotted all up along the top of that mountain with really great views. But the roads can be rather adventurous. Once you go off the main road, north to south, most of the roads are going to be dirt, and some of them are very badly maintained, which isn't a bad thing, but you would definitely need a 4x4 if you're planning on going anywhere off the main roads. And a lot of the waterfalls and stuff like that are going to be along those dirt roads that'll just, you'd probably bottom out a small sedan if you were trying to. So we're getting up to the Lifeguards House here, which has been used. I've seen them rip out and try to encourage people from getting out of the rip tides when they're unknowingly caught in one. I've seen them drive along the beach and try to get people out, but No, it's not permanently staffed, of course. It's more on the busy hours. So that's a really good view. Unfortunately, there's a lot of driftwood, big driftwood that comes down in the rivers and then gets washed up. So you can see a lot of people making use of that for sitting. Or otherwise you can grab a lawn chair in town for pretty cheap. Probably about 15 bucks. You can get a nice lawn chair, a nice little one. So up towards this direction, I would call about the halfway point of the beach. This is where you'll find a lot of surfing shops. You can see in a moment that it gets a lot more busy down here. So there's a beach gym, once again, right here in the middle. A lot of chin-up bars, monkey bars, dip bars. If you're into working out, something cool you can check out. So as we go farther down the beach, what you'll find is a more kid-friendly area. More families further down the beach. That guy's got the right idea. So let's see if we can jump this. That was easy. So these two buildings here have a lot of long-term rentals in them. Very nice. They have a very big pool. You can see people out on the balconies just absolutely kicking it. That's a good view. Probably one of the best that you can get. Just a matter of how much are you willing to pay. So today's sunset is going to be a little cloudy. That's okay though. It always looks good. Further off towards where the sun is setting, that's Guanacaste province there. That's where you'll find Samara, Nosara, Playa del Coco, Tamarindo, Playa Flamingo, Nicoya. There's a bunch of cities up there that are definitely worth checking out. And then up along here, what you'll find is that a lot of gents will put out lawn chairs and allow you to rent them for the day. So you get kind of an elevated spot. You can put your stuff, have it dry with lots of parking. See, here's a young guy coming in from surfing. So you can see the water gets rather choppy and it's not as bad as it looks when you're in it. But if you're not a confident swimmer, you definitely want to be diligent of where you enter the water and ensure that you're not getting pulled farther down into any problematic areas. What you should always do if you're unfamiliar with the beach that you're on is just look, is there anybody else in the water right now, and do they look like they know what they're doing? If you see some people in the water and they're struggling to swim into shore on seemingly calm water, they're probably in a rip current. And I definitely wouldn't advise you to go in unless you're a strong swimmer, or to signal for help. So as you can see here, there's nobody out in the water except for a few people. So I probably would not advise to go in this water. Once again, unless you know what you're doing, you're a surfer or the like. So further on down the beach, there's a bunch of hotels, pools, another river down there. We'll save that for another video. We'll do that entire little beach there. It's a pretty interesting and unique location. And there is your sunset. Okay, thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. If any requests you have, or any thoughts about this video, any of your experience in Jaco, share it with other people down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe right here to Sights and Sounds. Share this video with anybody thinking about coming down to Costa Rica.